Hi, my name's Chris, and today I'm going to show you how to build an awesome costume helmet that looks and feels like a real helmet. This particular helmet is supposed to be Geo from Umizoomi, but you can apply this technique to any helmet you want. To start, you'll need balloons, expanding foam, Bondo, paint, and gloves. Inflate the balloon to a little bit larger than the size of your head, and then take a marker and mark off the boundary of the helmet. Next, get your expanding foam, and you want to cover the balloon in all the areas that you marked off. When you're done, you'll have something that looks like this, and be careful because it'll be heavy. And if you accidentally brush against the expanding foam, it will collapse, so try not to do that, and if you do, just go ahead and fill it in. I hung mine to dry, and as you can see, it dripped a bit, so if you do it this way, just do it in an area that's safe for drips. Okay, when it's dry, you'll have something that looks like this, and then you can go back and fill in any area if you had drips. Here I'm going with just the can of expanding foam and filling it in, and you don't need a whole lot because it does expand quite a bit. When it's dry, it looks like this, and you can see it's in pretty good shape. Now we can start to cut out the balloon. And here I tried to separate the balloon from the foam, but don't do that. It's really stuck and it actually forms a great liner. Now you can just trim the edges and get the helmet to start to take shape. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Now is a great time for a test fit to make sure it actually fits your head. Next, you want to take a knife and start to carve the helmet into the shape you want. Here I have a bread knife and it worked pretty well. Take your time in this step because the more time you spend here, the easier it's going to be when we get to the next step where we're applying Bondo. And I'm pretty happy with this, it's looking good, really taking shape. Now we can take our Bondo and mix up some. Remember to mix in small batches because the Bondo dries really fast, and as it dries it gets hard to spread. For the first coat, we really just want to get complete coverage. It doesn't need to be real smooth, just make sure you get everything covered. Alright, while it's drying, it's a great time to smooth it out with your hand because it's a lot easier and it will help with sanding. Alright, looking good so far. Now with some sanding, we can actually make this a little smoother. And this is the completed first coat of Bondo. It's really starting to take shape. Alright, time for the second coat of Bondo, and this is where we want to actually take our time and make it really smooth. Don't forget to get the edges because you really want the edges to have some structural integrity. Alright, now I've got the second coat of Bondo, looking good and time for more sanding. Whew, alright, after a lot of sanding you'll have something that looks kind of like this. And if you need to do any more touch-ups, go ahead and repeat the process of more Bondo and sanding. Now after a couple coats of paint, you can see it's looking really like a helmet. So I've also applied some tape to the inner edge to just make it a little bit stronger. And finally I've added my decorations, and I also cut up an old t-shirt and put it inside to give it a little bit of padding. Overall, I'm really happy with the result. Well, I hope you enjoyed this build. Please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.